Grangemouth, it's great to see such a huge turnout. As Angus has already intimated, I thought everybody would be staying at home to watch what the Daily Record is describing as the rumble in the jungle. And there's a man in the back waving at me, so I'm going to speak louder. I normally keep my shouting for in Parliament or at home. So forgive me for shouting at the audience. I want to make sure that everybody can hear. If at any point you can't hear me, just do as the gentleman has done at the back, just wave or gesticulate in some way, and I shall just turn up the volume. Now, as you've noticed, I'm not Nicola Sturgeon. I've got at least 2 dress sizes on Nicola. I thought it was worth pointing out, just for the avoidance of doubt, that I'm not Nicola in case you thought she'd got a bit taller or a bit bigger. But it's really great to be here. Scotland has changed and is in the process of changing, and to be part of a debate and to be part of a movement that is re-energising Scotland and once again seeing town hall meetings coming back into vogue. Now, I'm part of the Scottish Government. I sit in the Cabinet. I have very particular responsibilities for training, youth and women's employment, and I'm part of the team that has contributed to the production of this, Scotland's Future, 670 odd pages, providing what I believe to be a blueprint for an independent Scotland, showing that Scotland is well prepared to make that next step to becoming an independent country. And obviously as a government minister, I'm happy to do my best to answer any questions as laid out in Scotland's future, because what we're trying to do here is put beyond doubt that Scotland can be an independent country, and also to demonstrate what you could do with the powers of independence and what the Scottish Government has done to exemplify the powers of independence and what that can mean to life in Scotland. We've given examples of things that we would choose to do in an independent Scotland. But I do have to stress to you, and I stress this as a Scottish Government Minister, that this debate about Scotland's future is absolutely above and beyond party politics. And one of the most exciting things about this debate is this broad church, broad civic, inclusive movement of the Yes campaign. There are people of all political persuasions campaigning for Scotland to become an independent country, and there are people of no political persuasions campaigning for that crucial vote. And it's really important, I feel, to stress that this debate, it's not about the future of any political party. This is about the future of Scotland and where power rests and who decides and who makes those crucial decisions. And although I'm a government minister, I thought I would actually just start by telling you a little bit about myself and about why I support an independent Scotland. And I've supported the notion of Scotland being independent for a long time now, since I was a young age and since I was at school. And as Angus intimated, I represent the Livingston constituency, what's now called Amon Valley. And I grew up in a West Lothian mining village called Addiewell. I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but it's not that far away. And I grew up as a teenager in the 1980s, and there was 2 things that politicised me. One was having a Tory government at every consecutive election, whether it was 83, 87, 92, despite the fact that Scotland didn't vote Tory. And as a young woman, that struck me as something inherently unfair. It struck me that in our country, the country that I was grown up in as a young woman, that we had a democratic deficit. But of course, here we are, 2014, and it's a bit like Back to the Future, because we still have that democratic deficit in this country, where despite as a nation not voting Tory or Liberal. We have a government at Westminster making crucial decisions over tax, welfare and economy that they don't have a mandate either from the people of Grangemouth or from the people of Scotland. And the second issue that made an indelible mark on me as a young woman growing up in the 1980s was unemployment. As I said, I grew up in West Lothian, and male unemployment in the early 1980s was running at 1 in 4. And that's more than just a statistic to me, because my father was one of those statistics. For 2 years, a man that had been a worker all these days had a period of unemployment for 2 years. So I know what unemployment does to individuals, I know what it does to men and women, I know what it does to families, and I know what it does to communities. So it's very poignant for me now to be an employment minister.